What's up, party people? We are live. Hans here with Wedding Crushers. And if you haven't noticed, we've been talking about how to create passive income with your wedding business. You didn't see yesterday, we gave the reasons why you should have passive income with your wedding business. And if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But today we are giving the 30,000 foot view of how this thing is going to work. Okay. And really it all depends on, it all relies on 6 pillars, what I call pillars. 6 pillars, think of them as these huge columns that are holding up your wedding business empire. I'm doing a live video. Kids in the house. All right, so 6 pillars, doing live video, and totally lost my train of thought. But let's check out these 6 pillars. I was going to show my screen, but I don't know if I can do that. Man, this thing is going all crazy. That's why Richard Sansey says you need to do a live video every day. So we're doing it, people, and hopefully you're following me. Here's the 6 pillars. All right, ready? Preparation, implementation, documentation, delegation, motivation, and automation. Okay, and so we're gonna break down real quick what each of those mean. Believe it or not, that is the secret. Those are the 6 pillars. So let's get started right now. Number 1, preparation. This is really basic. This is really easy, and it jams up a lot of people. Some of my friends have never started business because they get in the preparation phase and they never get out. But really, it's simple. You can do it on a document. You can write on a piece of paper the who, what, when, where, how, why, and how you're going to make money. That's it. So don't get stuck in this phase forever. So after preparation, it's the implementation phase. And there is where you do the actual work. You are killing it. You are grinding it out. You're doing every single thing in your business front to back, the implementation phase. And a lot of you get stuck there. A lot of people get stuck in the implementation phase, and that's where we don't want to be. But you've got to do it. This is going to be the busiest time of your life, and you've got to go in knowing that this is going to be crazy. I wouldn't suggest having a newborn baby at the house, just married, you're not in college. Like, the implementation phase is where you are literally killing it. But the next step, the documentation phase, is where a lot of people miss out, because you want to document every single thing you do. Every single thing you do, so you can eventually have somebody else do it. And that's the documentation phase. You want to document exactly what you're doing so you can get to the next step. You see how these are kind of all going to each other? So after documentation, you've got the delegation. And delegation is awesome. I mean, who doesn't love telling people what to do, right? Like, I wish that I could tell my kids not to come in here while I'm shooting a video, and I just did, and they did it anyways. Delegation is hard, and it's really hard if you don't have a written plan, because if it's not written, if they don't have set expectations of what they're supposed to do, you're going to hire a 20-year-old that just sits up in the attic and vapes all day. But we're going to go into a lot more detail on how to do the delegation. Remember, this is the 30,000 foot view on today's video. What's after delegation? Motivation. Once you have an awesome team, you need to pump them up. You need to get them going. What's up, guys? You can't just like say, hey, be robots. And one of the best ways to motivate is goals. Have set goals written down that everybody's rallying around, trying to hit these goals, whether it's sales goals, whether it's review goals, whether, each department's going to have goals. And we're going to go through this in the future, like I'm saying. But goals, a lot of people, when I say motivation, they think, well, you motivate people by making it rain. Not necessarily. I mean, what's a couple $100? Not as much as a really cool culture. And money does talk. So we want to pay our employees well, but the best way to motivate is having a kick butt culture. All right. The last step. Sorry, I got a cold and I am falling apart, but I told Richard I would do a live video every day. So we're doing it, people. The last one is automation. And this is when everything's fully automated. You think, I'm just chilling. Nope, not quite. You need to put your CEO hat on, and which is kind of difficult for a lot of us creative types, but put your CEO hat on, and you still need to check in. Even though this thing's in full automation mode, nobody's going to love your business as much as you love your business. And you need to check in with 2 things, what I call a CEO dashboard, and then you need to have monthly meetings. monthly meetings with your team members. But for a lot of you, once you have this full automation actually in place, a lot of you are going to have trouble taking your hands off the wheel and letting it drive by itself. It's going to be difficult. And I suggest doing what I did once I got it. And it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect, but it was a test. I took 2 weeks off. I took a 2-week vacation. Me and my family went to Isle of Palms near Charleston for 2 weeks. And, you know, the worst thing that could possibly happen did not happen. What happens if you take 2 weeks off? Let me just ask. If you take 2 weeks off, you're probably not making any money. You're spending money. You know, probably the worst case scenario is once you have this preparation, implementation, documentation, delegation, motivation, automation, once you have all of those steps in place and you take a 2-week vacation, you might not make, you might lose $200. Maybe somebody, you know, didn't sell as well as you would have. But I guarantee you what's cool is when you come back and you made $20,000 while you sat at the beach. That's a cool feeling. All right, guys, this is Hans. I want you to keep crushing those weddings, and we'll talk soon. Peace out.